Ayo!
Yo!
Hey everybody, welcome to another One Up podcast. I'm Pat or SnoopingTurtle.
Oh no, it's not me next. I messed it up.
Okay. I'm Rob, also PrimeHylian.
I'm livid.
I'm livid with this.
I am Corey, also TheSkullKid. Whenever
goodness.
it was Snoop, I blame Snoop. I'm not responsible for that at
What
all.
do you mean?
I blame
I'm
Pat.
not-
I was the only
I blame Pat
one.
as well, dude. Honestly.
I was the only one who did that right.
Anyone in chat want to replace Pat for his spot?
Yeah.
I'm livid.
Yo.
The criteria is you must be able to do an intro for a podcast. That's it. That's it.
That's the
I'm
most
only
important
one
part.
person who did that well.
And you just have
I'm
to
the
get bronze
only
in
one.
Battlefield 1. It's alright.
Oh god.
Oh, hey, Mitch.
I am so angry right now. Every time it's like, oh, he's the one who messes it up.
Yeah, we
And then
always,
this
since
time.
like the beginning of One Up, we've always put it on Snoop. Like sometimes we'll make him do the intro in the older podcast just to like, just to...
We have, I think, I'm not sure if we still have them, but they're like 20 minutes of just Pat not being able to do it. Like you
It's
try
hard.
and
It
try.
is
Is
not
it? Is
easy.
it? Is it? It's
Well,
okay.
that time apparently it was because not to point fingers or anything.
Mhm.
But
You two really screwed the pooch on that one.
we didn't actually say like who's going after Pat as well. So
Yeah.
It was like,
Ah.
I thought
good job.
we'll scoop the pooch this time.
Yeah.
You
it's
know what,
fine.
Mitch? Me and Mitch are gonna do it.
Fine.
That's
it.
that's it now.
Let's
Yeah,
just
so
get
you
Mitch.
two are out, and I'll just roast him for an hour a week.
I fucking love that thing between you guys. It's so funny.
It's
Yes, you
yeah,
can
it is
replace each other.
hilarious.
It's a good time. But anyway, how are you guys doing today?
Doing pretty
Tell me
good,
about-
doing pretty good. Just relaxing, man. I'm tired today. It's getting really cold in Canada, which I've been saying like every other podcast, and it's driving me nuts. It's like freezing. Kind of a situation where it makes me just not want to go out and do anything, like ever. You know what I mean? But gotta still like push yourself to get out there and like do stuff. Just like the cold. I don't know what it is with me, man. Like, yeah. I
So
hate
you
it.
can't stand the cold, but
I
you're in Canada.
I know, I should move, right?
Feels bad.
It's just like
Move to
it just gets too cold here where it's like even inside my house, like I have the heat on and I'm still cold. Like I don't want to wear a sweater inside of my house. Like, so
Dude, sweaters are comfy.
they're comfy, but like I want to
wear
wear a
sweaters,
t-shirt.
dude.
Yeah, I want to wear them like I want to wear like a t-shirt and be all like loose inside. I gotta wear like sweaters and like jogging pants and stuff. It's like, yeah. Look at me though, like bitching about the weather. Aside from that, I've been pretty good. I've been playing Pokemon Let's Go. I've fallen off of it a little bit. But it definitely like killed some time for me while we've been anticipating Smash Bros and stuff. And yeah, I still think it's really fun. Personally. You guys been playing it still?
Yeah. I've been so busy.
Mm-hmm.
Than like with all the shit I have to do. But
Mhm.
I do like I consider myself still playing it.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of paused momentarily, I suppose. Yeah, because a lot of stuff going on.
I genuinely can't stop myself from playing it, so I've been playing it non-stop since release, basically.
Nice.
And I'm mad at it because I've found 2 shinies, and I shouldn't be mad because I found 2 shinies, but they were both by complete accident, and one was a Golbat, and I was like, wow, my
Oh,
first
shit.
ever
Oh,
shiny's
that's a cutie.
Golbat.
Come on.
Then
Not
the
really,
second one was a
actually.
Zubat. They're both just Zubat. I was so angry. It like, oh, and it was while I was searching for other shinies. They just like I walked into a cave and then they popped up and I was like, oh, cool. But I'm mad at that.
Are you
but,
gonna try shiny hunting? Or are you trying shiny hunting?
I start. I'm like
You
5
start.
minutes into it. Then I'm like, God, this is boring. Then I just kind of go and do other things.
I just love. You see those highlights all over like Twitter and Twitch and such. People like after waiting 10 hours, they flip their shit over seeing like a shiny Ponytail or something that they can't like throw the ball properly, and then it runs away, and they're like, oh. It's like,
I would
imagine that much
cry.
pressure.
I would be
Yeah,
so upset.
it's so sad.
Mm.
My friend made a point to me that like imagine when you're younger how many times you might have encountered a shiny but didn't know it. Because when I was a kid, I played every single game as they were coming out and would play them quite a bit. So I'm thinking like there was probably at least one time when I was a little stupid kid that I encountered a shiny Pokemon and just didn't know. Like I was just like, oh, it's colorful or something. I don't know. It was a funny thing.
Colorful or something.
I don't
Oh,
know.
got a
There's, like,
It
a color swap,
terrifies
yeah.
me to think like, what if I had a shiny Mudkip once?
Yeah.
Let it go.
Nah, no way, dude.
Can't like
Could
the
I-
starters?
no way.
I swear somebody got a
They
shiny
can, but,
Eevee, and
like,
it
the
even
chances of-
appears. I was just
the
saying, it
chances of
even
you having
appears
a-
in like the title screen when that does happen. It's really cool.
No, you in Let's. I've done a lot of research on this because I've been wanting to do shiny hunting, but I
Mhm.
can't bring myself. In
probably a
Let's
good
Go
thing,
Eevee
dude.
and Pikachu, there's like, I think three or four shiny locked Pokemon, so that you cannot get a shiny of
can-
the partner ones, but you can
Yeah.
find shiny Pikachus and Eevees in the wild.
Okay, okay.
And
What's the third shiny
Mew?
locked? Ah,
Yeah,
Mew.
it's-
Mew,
Yeah, Mew.
The Pokeball exclusive Mew.
Screw this thing.
and
Don't
then-
buy it. Don't buy it. It's a waste of money.
So I hate.
Have you got the Mew?
Yeah, you wanna use it, buddy? I got you.
Give it-
Rob, you can use it too. I got you, buddy. I got you. We use it in my
What-
Discord.
what
We
a
made it
easy-
like my Discord's Mew, so it goes between different people, and they've been leveling it up. It's like level like 50 or something. It's like I think it's higher.
What
I don't
happens
know.
to one person who just like receives it, then like leaves the server?
Oh no, we
what
make sure it's good point. Rob's
Yeah.
keeping it safe. No, but we make sure it's people that are like active in the community for a while. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Just to be safe.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Dude, honestly
I
though,
just need,
the idea, I just gotta throw this out there. The idea of keeping a Pokemon locked behind this though, really shady in my opinion.
awful. So shit.
Yeah,
$50 for
very
this
glad
thing.
that It's not it doesn't count towards the Pokedex. Thank fuck. Because if
Yeah.
it did, I would be so angry.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I also hate the
at least that's not there.
how you have to trade to evolve a lot of Pokemon. Like
Mm.
it's a surprise. It's a
I'll-
lot of them.
I'll let
in
you
their third
finish, sorry.
evolutions. I just don't like it because
Yeah.
you are required to interact with another game, and if you don't, you're screwed. Like
Mhm.
I love Alakazam, but when I catch a Abra, I'm like, oh wait, I can't get him
Yeah.
unless I fucking call up
Mhm.
my friend and such. And like a few years ago, that would have been impossible as well. It's
Mhm.
like trading cables and such. It's
That's a
way
good
easier
point.
now. It just pisses me off because it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
you want this Pokemon? Yeah, no.
I straight up feel too awkward to like go and ask people, hey, can you go out of your way and catch the version exclusive Pokemon and also trade me all of these?
They probably have like 6, dude.
Yeah.
I know, but I just feel too awkward. Just go, hey, go out of your way to do that for me, please.
Guys, ask Pat if he needs any Pokemon from your Let's Go Pikachu.
No,
copy.
just ask, or
Do
just ask me if you need. If anyone needs any Let's Go Eevee Pokemon, let me know, because then I feel less awkward saying, all right, trade it for that. Bitch. I've got 100 of these things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna mince them up into candy unless you
Unless you take them. I have like a full, like, just a wall of Vulpixes. So if anybody needs a Vulpix.
I have, dude. I have
gotcha.
a full screen of Jigglypuffs.
Yeah, you're good to go,
Fuck it,
yeah.
It's a good time. I don't even know if Jigglypuff's exclusive, but
Mhm.
whenever I see one, I'm like,
It's not.
oh,
Ah, it's so
yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
It's your thing.
I
right?
love Jigglypuff, dude. And when she like flies behind you like a balloon when you're
Mhm.
running around and such.
Adorable.
It's
Adorable.
So good.
Yeah.
So cute.
I was
So cute.
earlier today. I was trying to get a shiny Alolan Vulpix, which is painful to try and do,
Yeah,
'cause,
good.
like
Best of luck.
A shiny
like 30
Alolan Vulpix.
okay, so I've got about 100 Vulpixes in my box, and there's one like NPC that you talk to, and then there's like a 30-second animation, then you trade it. So like, I think it's like a 1 in 400 and something chance, or more than that. It's probably more than that. I don't know.
It's probably one in
The
2000.
Pokemon that you trade for is a shiny version, and I really want that Alolan Vulpix shiny
Ooh.
version.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
dude.
really want it, but like, it takes so long. Like, it's not worth it, man. It's so boring.
Oh, it's not worth it. Shiny hunting, if you think about it, it's just a slightly different colored Pokemon,
Mhm.
the same kind.
It's not worth it
But
at all,
like
in my
you
opinion.
spend like
Good.
10 hours or upwards of 22 hours or something looking for this single Pokemon.
Yeah,
It's
and
such
even then,
yeah.
there's not like there's a chance that you could go 100. There's a chance you could go like 1,000 hours and just never see a shiny.
And never find
Like,
it,
that is
yeah.
a real
Absolutely.
possibility.
Yeah.
I've never seen a shiny in any of my playthroughs of any game. Like
I had never until this one where I saw 2 and they were both fucking bats, and
That's unlucky, man. That's like really. What are the chances they'll both be bats?
Big ol' oof.
very very slim.
It's like 1 in a billion or something probably.
Yeah,
Like that's
it's like literally anything, but I mean the Zubat looks better than the Golbat when it's
That-
green, but
That's fair. I mean, Golbat is a fairly ugly Pokemon. I'll give you that.
Hideous.
Hideous, just
Hideous
giant,
Pokemon.
like.
And when it's green, when it's all green.
I really
Get out
want
of
a
there.
shiny
funny,
Starmie. I'm gonna actually really search for that. Just Starmie. Starmie is probably one of my favorite Kanto region Pokemon. I don't know why. So my water type, I want it to be a Starmie. Starmie. If you ever get a chance, look at it shiny. It looks cool. It's like it looks cool. It looks
Nice.
evil or something. I don't know.
Yeah, look.
Shiny hunting is so interesting as a post game or like even
Oh, that is cool.
during
Yeah,
game.
right. It's like flipped. So it's like all. Yeah. Sorry. It looks
Yeah.
really. I really like it. I think it's cool.
It's very interesting because it's not super. It's not for everybody, right? But for hardcore fans, it like keeps them going. I guess it's very
I
very
think-
particular, but like man, people
This is
seem
also
like-
the easiest one to. This is the easiest Pokemon game to
Oh, absolutely.
Shiny
Yeah.
hunting.
That's why
'Cause, like,
we see so many people
all-
actually doing it. Yeah.
all the catch combos and stuff now like means that the odds are better than they've ever been in a Pokemon game to actually find a shiny. And
Now's
also
the time
because
to
like
start shiny hunting,
they're so nicely rendered and you can have them follow you and stuff. So you kind of
so you can like show them off.
there's more incentive there. Yeah.
Absolutely more incentive, yeah. And like being able to trade is much better than it ever has been. There's probably going to be a function in Pokemon 2019 or whatever Pokemon main title for the Switch where you can trade Pokemon from your Let's Go Eevee copy,
Yeah.
like from those games. So shinies in that you can trade over to your actual main party in the big game. That'd be pretty
Yeah.
sick, I imagine. Yeah.
I want my Alolan Vulpix because that's the only like I've made that Alolan Vulpix. Oh, not Vulpix. Ninetales now. I've made that my main instead of Eevee. So I put Eevee all the way to the back of my party. It's just like a backup because it was really OP. So now I can one hit like any of the Elite Four. Like I can get through the entire Elite Four and Champion just with this one Pokemon, and I'm
Nice.
that is my
Also,
baby.
That is a very
I wanted to go.
shiny Starmies look so cool. Oh my god.
Yeah, they look like evil or something.
Yeah,
I love
like
it. Yeah.
that's sick.
Be pretty cool.
It's
Like
an
Star
evil Zelda
you.
boss or
Yeah, yeah. It's like emo Starmie. That's what I look at it. Emo
That's in its
Starmie.
My Camp days.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, man, let's go. I'm happy. I think it was a nice treat for now. It's got me even more excited for Pokemon 2019 than I ever was, to be honest with you. Still wish it was maybe a little cheaper, but other than that, like I enjoyed what I've played for the game, and I still plan on beating the game before Smash comes out. Like this week, I'll push myself to beat it. Like I think I'm at like the 7th or 8th gym leader right now, so I'm close.
It's reinvigorated my love for Pokemon, which
Yes.
completely died out at that point.
Mhm.
So
It's crazy how
I'm
like
happy with it.
a more handholdy game, like even worse than Sun and Moon, is kind
I
of
would-
like rekindled.
I would disagree. I would.
That's
not call
fair.
it
I'm just gonna
more
finish.
handheld than Sun and
Yeah.
Moon.
No,
Sun-
totally
yeah.
fair. Totally fair.
In terms of battles and stuff, it is, but in terms of the actual like game itself, like it doesn't tell you where to go at all. It like whereas Sun and Moon's like, hey,
It gives
you
an
gotta go
option.
over there, and then when you
Mhm.
get there, it's like, hey, you gotta go over there.
Mhm.
It just keeps
Let's
doing
Go's
that
more
for the entire
optional.
game.
I'll
It's just
definitely,
like-
I'll
it's more
definitely go
optional.
with that. Way more optional because they do give you an option. But I just more mean like I guess a more watered down version of Pokemon that a lot of people
Oh,
thought
yeah.
they were going
That's
to hate.
absolutely more
It's
watered down, yeah.
crazy that like this has rekindled like Pokemon for so many people when like. You know what I mean? It's just crazy to me. Everybody
Well,
thought that
like-
they were gonna hate this game, and I'm very happy. Like I'm very happy that people are enjoying it.
That goes to show how unintegral a lot of the elements in the later games are to
Mhm.
the actual formula. Because
Very good
this is
point.
more.
Yeah.
Very
This is
very
more.
good point.
And like it works so well with the simplicity. Maybe they should stick with that for the next game.
Mhm.
Like you imagine how jarring it would be. Everyone plays this game. When we go into the next one, it just goes back to being like with having all these thousands of things that you can do and all these thousands of gimmicks and such. And it's like, oh, and it's got to teach you about every single one of them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like
The
more-
only feature that I kind of wish was in Let's Go is in I think it might have only been Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. When you beat the game, you can like fly around the entire map,
Mhm.
but like not is a over like more bird's eye view perspective. Like you can actually do it from like a third person perspective.
Oh,
like
nice.
straight flat.
That's
And
Yeah.
it looked really cool.
It looked
and
neat. I
here,
liked it.
Still fly around, but it's the exact same perspective, and it still locks you out like
You're doing it in
different
the
areas with loading
the
screens and
balloon,
stuff.
right? Like
Yeah, but
That's so
like
cute. I love
other than
that.
that, you can like ride the Pokemon as well.
that's so
like,
cool.
Which
love
is
that.
nifty, but it's only specific Pokemon you can do it with.
That's the dream. That's the actual dream, though. Yeah.
It is really cool. It's a good game. I like them.
It's a good game.
I like them.
To make you make people who are doubting it play it non-stop for like fucking weeks. Is
This one, I love being able to tell people I told you so with this one. Because this was one where you had to play it. You really did just have to give it a try. But I understand on paper, reading the changes they made on paper, huge turnoff. Like, it's really weird. It's one of those things where you truly have to try it. And I understand why some Pokemon fans are still, like, weary about it. Because on paper, it's a huge turnoff, honestly. But it works out. Everything works out. But yeah, I was talking about what I had been up to, and then we snowballed into Pokemon. I don't know if you guys still want to, but is there anything interesting you two have been up to at all?
Go, Rob.
I've been replaying Fusion.
Hey, Metro. Yeah, I know you
Fusion.
really enjoy that game, right? Really good 2D Metroid game.
Fusion's fucking dope, man.
Yeah,
It's such a
GBA.
good game. I forgot how fantastic it is because it's interesting because it sets you on particular objectives, but like it does it well because it's similar to, there are two types of Metroidvania games in the series, right? There are those where you explore every area at the same time. So you'll do bits of this one, come back here, come back there and stuff all at the same time. And there are those that you explore an area in isolation and then move on to a next one and then come back to it maybe to look for some items and such. But that's very scarcely. There are two. Fusion is the latter type. And so it tells you where exactly you need to go, but it's like right at the end of the area, and you have to make your way through it. And it's really good. It's actually.
In hindsight, I was just throwing this out here. In hindsight, that's probably why I liked Fusion as opposed to the other games, because Fusion felt like way more straightforward. As it has backtracking at times, from what I remembered.
It's got a lot of backtracking.
Yeah, but it's not as bad. I felt like it's not as like. Here, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Don't call it
intrusive, I guess. I don't know. I've never played it, so I can't.
Yeah, it's got either one works quite well in my opinion, but it sets you in a good direction because you know where your objective is, and you don't just sit there in the middle of the map with no idea where to go, which happens sometimes, which can be fun because you're like, oh, this is where I'm supposed to go. But it is one of the most linear Metroid games. But yeah, it's also quite
Aren't they
tough,
all
actually.
pretty linear?
Are they? You want to challenge that?
I'm fixing his glasses.
No. Bitch boy.
I was trying to do that thing where like you go dink dink and then they go up and down.
Oh yeah.
It didn't work, so I got headphones on. So I'm kind of bummed about that.
Bad. It's also much harder than I remember actually. Maybe because I'm playing on like not a Game Boy. But, like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that might
What
be
are
tricky.
you what are you playing it on?
just keyboard and such.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you're emulating it, eh?
That's right. Sue me.
Nintendo, get him!
Get him!
Get him!
Nintendo ninjas.
Take him out!
It's I should get it on the Wii U eShop though because it's quite cheap. But
Yeah.
it's a lot harder than I remember. But Fusion is a good time. I like it.
Good stuff.
That's basically the extent of what I've been playing.
Yeah.
And all that.
Cool. I really like it. Sucks that those Wii U purchases didn't just carry over to Switch. It really breaks my heart because I feel like the Wii U Virtual Console was actually getting to like a really good point where it had like
Wii U
DS
Virtual Console
games
was
and
sick.
stuff. Yeah. I thought it was getting I thought it was great. So it really sucks that they didn't just bring that model over, and then maybe my purchases from the Wii U came over, and like that would have been great because there's really obscure games on there, like obscure like DS games on there, and it's just it's in there. What can you do?
What can you do? It's Nintendo. Yeah. Just buy them all again, which we'll probably
Have to do. No.
Big sad.
Then have them not be good. I don't know where I was going. I'm very tired. I had something in my mind that I was gonna say then, and then like as I was saying it, it just up and left. It was like, hey,
Hey,
I'm good
I'm
here.
out of here. I'm good.
No worries.
hat.
No worries.
Got my
If it-
hat and briefcase.
If it comes back to you, let us
It
know.
won't.
It
If
won't.
it forgot its glasses or something.
Definitely won't.
Big rip. I know Rob wanted to talk about something that I thought was like a really big deal that a certain company
Okay.
did recently.
So, okay.
Company that we might have just spoken about.
Which we have only spoken about this podcast actually.
Pretty much. Actually, yeah, no, entirely.
So a few years ago, Nintendo introduced something called the Nintendo Partnership Program, it went by a variety of names, like the YouTube Partner Program, Amplify Publish Program for
The
Twitter,
worst program
Twitch Affiliate
ever.
Program.
That's what most
And,
people
like,
refer to it as.
Basically,
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
it was so. It was like you would upload something, and if it was a recent Nintendo video footage and such, they would claim it if you weren't part of the program and just take the monetization. If you were, they would give you 30% off the AdSense. Which was very conditional. as well. Okay, AdSense, they take like 50% of the revenue is for AdSense, 50% is for you. So they're taking I can't remember if it was 30 overall or 30 from your half. No, you got either 30 from your half or 30.
I'm pretty sure it was 30 from your half.
I'm pretty sure it was.
You're making just like
nothing.
So if you,
I mean, even if you were already.
So if you generated $1,000 from a video, you would get like, oh shit, you would get less than $100. I think.
And even then, it's if you're lucky.
No, you would get about. Yeah, you would get like $150 or something. Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah,
a bit over that. Yeah, which is nothing out of the total that you that YouTube generates from your video. So it was awful, and it was very restricting as well for Nintendo as well as creators. A lot of creators just didn't listen to it and just worked around it. So they, and also Nintendo, they were losing that free advertising incentive because people love making videos on YouTube about games and such and talking about them. It's what we do. It's how a lot of people make a living, especially with Nintendo specifically. So they go and take people's revenue and such. And then it just, everyone kind of looked at it and went, why are you doing this? It was probably one of the worst decisions they'd made as a company within the last 10 years.
Yeah.
But it was streams as well.
It was streams. It wasn't streams at first, and then I was considering it. This is when I was decided, I'm gonna do Nintendo stuff all the time. They introduced that, and I was like, thank God I didn't go in the program, because they basically made it. It was after the PewDiePie thing. Actually, PewDiePie said, I remember this. PewDiePie said the N-word while he was streaming. Okay, and it sparked like a huge controversy, and then the day after.
It was before that.
Let me finish what I'm.
It was the streaming thing.
Okay, go ahead.
True. Yeah. But that I was just saying, the YouTube thing was much before that. It was like the year.
Yeah, I was just talking about the streaming aspect of it.
Yeah, I missed it.
All good.
But yeah, so and recently, as in a couple of days ago, they have decided to take it down and just introduce some Nintendo game content guidelines, which are much better. It's just basically you can do this, but you can't do this. And so if it's like. They've been very transparent for the most part. It's a bit vague, but they've been pretty transparent with it, with the guidelines, and they introduced like frequently asked questions and such. For example, what types of content are acceptable under the guidelines and such. So anything with like creative input is acceptable. So, but like Nuzlocke, or if you do a Let's Play of Let's Go Pikachu, or like you discuss stuff about Smash Ultimate and such like that, that's fine. But videos which don't have creative input, so if you just upload gameplay, that's probably going to get taken down, which is
I find that really interesting, because like there's a lot of just like pure walkthrough channels that literally just have gameplay.
And I love those, man. I love long plays and shit where it's just
I kind of get why they would take them down though, because then it's like, at least with some games, honestly I think Nintendo games are probably the safest from this issue, but it'd be like, well, I don't need to buy it because I've already seen it all.
Yeah,
with Nintendo games, it's like, well, you still probably want to buy it. Cause like Smash, if you watch someone playing Smash, you're not gonna.
This is gonna make you want to play it.
You can watch someone play through like Detroit or maybe Last of Us and get a good idea.
And then you're kind of.
But if you watch someone play through Odyssey, it's like, you get that same experience, but you don't get that same experience. So it still makes sense for them.
Nintendo's never really been a story company kind of thing when it comes to games, so I don't think they're in too much danger from this.
No, you make a really good point.
I find it weird that they're putting their foot down at that, but it's a step in the right direction.
Overall it's a very good direction, it's a very big step because it shows that they're realizing how good it is for them and how good it is for everyone else, and how it's just a win-win scenario if they just work with creators and just like, okay, you can have free reign on this under these guidelines, so like, you know, you're not like doing stuff that's unlawful and shit like that, or just like showing out spoilers to games and such, or just re-uploading trailers and all that stuff like that. But yeah, it's free promotion, and also it is a big part of making a community with Nintendo, because like a lot of Smash players have channels which they analyze gameplay and such like that. It's a big part of making a community.
And they have absolutely timed this with the like they've done that so intentionally. They're like, okay, look, we're a few days off from Smash Ultimate. This is when like the most amount of pre-release content's going to be coming out.
Yeah,
we gotta like, you know, we want that free advertising now. If people are going to be less inclined to do hype videos or whatever for it if they think they're going to get taken down.
Which
Let's
is
just let them at it.
Absolutely. It's really weird as well because the partner program it didn't exist that much in the later time of its use, because when it came introduced, everyone freaked out, but then they didn't actually flag a whole lot of they did. A lot of my stuff got flagged, but if you
every single one of my streams on a Nintendo game got 60.
Dude, I get like 8 to 12 copyright claims per stream daily.
Yeah. I got when I streamed Twilight Princess, the HD version on the Wii U, I got every single stream was claimed. So it was like, you know, it's
like, what the heck?
Cheers, Nintendo. Yeah. You guys are epic.
It's funny because it's like, it's a good thing that they're doing, but like, let's be real, it's for a very selfish reason. Like, it's not for like us. It's totally for themselves. I mean, I'm happy they finally realized that like Etika hype videos of him yelling, like that helps, you know, that makes people want to buy the game as opposed to.
I mean, it's fair enough though. Like it's for themselves. That's basically what they made.
And
I wasn't criticizing
for themselves anyway as well. Like So it's like, it's a win-win kind of, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just a model that it's good for Nintendo, but it's good for creators because no one really makes videos because like for a non-selfish reason or such. But this is a totally different.
Wow. Okay, Rob. Wow. All right. Shots are being fired here.
I was just saying.
Don't disagree.
Like, yeah, it's just like, you know, it makes sense for them to do it as well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a good step in the right direction. That's why I'm happy about it. I've read through it a few times.
It's very good news. I like how they very subtly did it. It's just like, hey.
They just slid it out. It's like, look.
They announced it on Twitter, on their old social medias, but they didn't like. They're like, big announcement, and then put it in a direct or anything, right?
Or something like that, yeah.
Thank God. Imagine if they went like, oh, direct this week, and everyone's like, oh, I knew there was more Smash news. I knew there was going to be another reveal. And then it's just like, hey guys, the Nintendo Creator Program has been demolished.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd be hyped for that. I'd be doing backflips because like, well, it'd probably amplify the reaction to it. But like, it's not necessary. Why do it? You know?
Yeah.
Exactly. And again, it only affects a niche of a niche. Like, this kind of stuff, like, I would even say like 90% of people don't give a fuck. Like, it doesn't affect like
doesn't affect a lot of
many people. It's just people making this.
To be fair though, it does affect a lot of people watch Nintendo creators, and it affects them. So it's like, oh, this.
But without them knowing, really, like they don't.
Yeah,
they don't.
Because it's just a claim. Like the claim doesn't they can still watch the video. The person himself just can't monetize it.
What I'm saying is that like if we go back to the original creator program, it's like, oh, this person I like a lot makes YouTube videos about Nintendo using Nintendo gameplay. Nintendo's claiming they're not making as much profit. They might stop making Nintendo videos.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, this isn't good for them. So it's like, even though they don't understand it and it doesn't really apply to them, it's still like, oh, this is good because the people I like will be better off and they'll probably make more stuff in the long run. Yeah, that's basically all my thoughts on it. It's a good step.
Oh, really good step.
I think it sucks.
I know, man. I wish they would just claim all my videos.
I want to get claimed more.
Weird thing for me,
Okay.
my actual videos have never been claimed by Nintendo. Only
Mine-
like the
really?
streams.
They're
My
cool,
actual
actually.
videos, like anything with Nintendo, like any of my recent videos on Nintendo, even games before they come out, usually like the hype videos, the stupid hype videos, like even those don't get claimed. And you'd think those would get claimed because the game isn't even out
That's
yet. They're not
interesting.
getting hit with a ton of that
Yeah.
content. You know what I mean? So
That's
Cool for me.
fascinating. Yeah.
yeah.
Huh.
I guess it's just a really
It was
Honestly
really weird.
though, there's
Yeah.
lots
It
of
was hit or
people who I
miss.
think don't get hit. Like look at all the like I don't know. I think there's a lot of people who don't get hit, but then there's tons of people who do get hit at the same time. There might be like a threshold of like how you're like you might need a certain amount of subscribers or maybe a certain amount. They might not care if you're. You know what I'm
I
trying to
think
say?
it's
Like
just to do with the type of gameplay, because if you put a
Yeah.
filter over it, or like if it's so
yeah, if it's transformed, like we all put our we all have like yeah, that's a good point. Like it might just
But,
be
like,
because of it.
my Odyssey video was claimed pretty much immediately, and that was is just like it has animations over top of the gameplay, but it's primarily the gameplay, unedited. But if I added like some filter, like a lot of people do with film reviews and such, it wouldn't have been.
yeah.
But I didn't want
Okay,
to do that because I want to show the gameplay as it is. But I don't make
Yeah.
money off these videos anyway, so who cares?
Yeah.
Fucking dude.
Fucking
Doesn't affect
idiot.
us anymore. Or never did really either.
Never did,
Yeah.
but it's like, oh, if we wanted to, now we could. But AdSense
Now
still
we can get,
sucks.
you know,
Yeah, AdSense is
decent
terrible.
percent instead of
AdSense
30.
sucks, man.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yo, so
Revenue on
actually,
YouTube ain't
random
nothing.
random topic I want to talk to you guys about, and I think it's a good one, is like YouTube gaming versus Twitch. You know what I mean? Like, what's your guys' thoughts on that? YouTube gaming versus Twitch, like as two different platforms.
Twitch is better.
Yeah.
Like,
Twitch is better, but also Twitch has one of the worst video players I've seen on any website.
Not only that, it
It's
also is
really
okay.
bad.
So I'll say this: I think Twitch has really good features for streamers, but not good
Excellent.
features for viewers. Okay, but then YouTube, it's kind of reversed, where it does not have good features for streamers, but it's very integrated for viewers. It's very easy to
fantastic.
find a stream. Like when do you like on Twitch? I don't find myself finding other streams usually. It's like I'll search for a game and that's when I'd find it. Like I guess it's better that they're not recommending stuff like right in your face like YouTube does, but I don't I
Yeah.
can't put my finger on it. I don't know. I like Twitch more. Moving to Twitch was the best move I've ever made personally.
it's
Yeah.
like it's totally to do with their target customer, right?
Mhm.
Because Twitch is they advertise they're all about streamers, but YouTube it's like we're all about the viewers and
Something.
such, and they're
We
like,
don't know
oh,
what
we
yet."
care about our
Yeah,
creators,
that's
but
a good point.
like,
Mm.
it's like I recently moved to Twitch too, and it's
Mhm.
fantastic. All the features just
Mm.
so easy to
Amazing.
integrate.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I
I can actually make
I've got,
money from the shit I do now, which
Yeah.
is exciting.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've got some issues with like bits. I feel like bits is quite a manipulative way to earn money for the site.
Yeah,
It's
you
like-
mean for them, not the streamers, right?
But for them, not for the streamers.
I
mean for
agree. You
Twitch.
go ahead. You go ahead. I
Because,
agree
like,
with you already. I already know.
You could donate £1 to a streamer you like through like they probably have like a PayPal link or something.
Mhm.
So you could just do that and they get £1.
Yeah.
Or you could spend £1.50 to get £1 worth of bits to donate to them,
To multiple people too.
Just so-
you c-
just so you get like a little flashy animation as well.
yeah.
As,
I
and
don't
like the top bit donator on the,
Yeah.
the top of the chat.
Which
and
is
such.
all very like I don't know.
It's got
I'm
more
not-
sentimental.
No, I agree.
unless A lot of
I think it's weird.
a lot of
It's-
streamers negate the effect of bits as well because they're like they'll have the donation tickers or like top donations on the stream overlay, so it's not like, oh, I want to be seen,
Mhm.
I gotta donate
Yeah.
with bits. It's like it's either or.
Yeah.
And also with the this has got a $100 payout on Twitch
Mhm.
as well.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I don't know.
based
I feel
off of
like a lot of that
bits.
stuff is.
But bits specific.
Mm.
What I love about Twitch is that like they don't force you through their weird like tunnel like YouTube does, right? Like if you
Yeah,
want to set up
yeah.
donations on Twitch, all you do is like maybe link your PayPal or link your Streamlabs thing
In
so
your
it
set.
goes through and appears on stream. That's it. You keep all the money apart from PayPal processing fee, 100% of it.
That's the way to go.
YouTube Super Chat is unless you have a link, which is it doesn't. It's very hard to set up at like putting it on stream unless you use like Streamlabs. But like Super Chat, which is the main integrated way, they take 50%.
Yeah. Not only that. So here's the biggest issue with monetizing streams on YouTube is it goes through AdSense. So it's not even like those donations you get them given to you for some reason. Like Super Chat goes through AdSense. So like for example on YouTube, right? I have monetization just disabled on my channel. I've tried to fight it 1,000 times. I just have it disabled on my channel, and all of us qualify. All of us meet the threshold. Just want to throw that out there, okay? We all meet the threshold. So because of that, I can't like be a proper streamer on YouTube anymore. Like I just can't. Like I can't do sponsored, and I can't.
Any money.
Yeah, it doesn't make. There's no point of. That's which is why I moved over to Twitch ultimately. And then when I moved to Twitch, I was like, wow, like this is better, because if you talked to me a few months ago, I was like sipping the YouTube gaming Kool-Aid, man. I used to, because YouTube gaming has its benefits of like, I feel like it's kind of easier to grow on YouTube gaming as opposed to Twitch. It's much easier on YouTube gaming.
It's got a bigger audience.
Way bigger audience. So I was like, no, like it's a great way. Yeah, it's a great way to use it. But like, nah, man, they're just not they're not adapting or growing. Like for example, the one feature they added this year was chat replay, which is like I don't know why they're only adding that now. Why aren't all these features that your competitor have? It just, you can tell they launched YouTube gaming. They thought it would blow up. It didn't. And I feel like they just don't care about it as much now. They like put very little resources into it.
The actual service as well. Like, do you guys ever actually use the YouTube gaming website?
Never. I never use the YouTube gaming website.
Aside from the launch date, I've never been on that website.
I switched specifically. Yes, exactly. It's not a good interface. It's a bad interface. It's bootleg Twitch. It's bootlegged. It's a bad version. Yeah.
And Twitch doesn't even have a good interface for searching for stuff either.
That's what they need to improve on. Is okay, like I said, like their tools for you being a streamer are great, but their tools for like discovering new content and finding new streamers is terrible. It's to find something, like if you just went on that site without knowing a creator, it wouldn't be hard for you to find someone new, but like no, I don't know. I'm going off about this. I just thought it was a good topic. I'm happy to see that Rob's moved over to Twitch, and if anybody's watching this that live streams, definitely make the jump now. Do it now. Don't wait. Yep. I know you might be worried.
I'm gonna take the jump. I stream all the time. All the time.
Twitch is quite interesting because like I'll go on the website to like search up for like someone, and then like they'll be recommending me on the front page like NFL or something.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Like, obviously they're gonna advertise that because that makes them mad bank, but it's like, okay, whatever.
But that's the issue though. It's like front page, when I go to that front page, I'm sorry to like use YouTube as an example. It should be streams of games that I would watch recommended to me. If you go to the front page, log into Twitch, go to the front page, none of the streamers on that front page are people you like watch. It's just random people doing like random stuff, and I think that's the biggest issue. Like for me, YouTube gets me like they'll catch me because I'll go on the homepage looking for something else, and then I'll see something that might be interesting to me, and I click it and I watch it. And like that's what Twitch is missing in my opinion. It's just there isn't very good discovery tools, you know what I mean? And yeah, I don't know. It's okay though. Twitch is sick though. I freaking love like all the features they have, like rating people, like you can do a command for it, hosting, panels is perfect. Like I love panels.
I don't know if panels is perfect, dude. It's a bit janky.
It's perfect in theory.
Yeah.
A lot of Twitch is perfect.
Once you get them right, it's like, oh, this is amazing. But like sometimes I'll crops it like halfway.
Oh yeah, in terms of like the size of it, I just mean like what they do. As long as you make sure to size everything correctly, like there's templates and stuff and like recommended for panels, like if you get that sized perfect, like I just mean in terms of giving information to your viewers, it's like you can just be like, hey, panel down below for this certain thing, you know what I mean? It's much easier.
It's so perfect. It's not like, oh, here are these weird awkward links in the description with no video.
Okay, Paul, I'm not talking about how they look, guys. I just meant what they apply for panels. Just throwing that out there. I understand like sizing of them can be like difficult. I just mean like
functionality of them.
Yes, that's all I mean. It sucks that, again, that's something that you'd think like YouTube gaming would add as a feature for if you're a live streamer. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I think they are trying to implement Twitch things and be the second Twitch, but they're also trying to do their thing. Oh, we don't need panels. We're gonna do our own way. Like, so they're not taking a lot of stuff that works really well.
Mhm.
Are there any patents on all the stuff that Twitch has? YouTube can't take them.
Oh, that's a
I
good
have
point.
absolutely
Is
no
that
idea.
can they patent? Is it
They
patent?
absolutely can.
They
Like
can, yeah.
panels, They could pay.
They could, yeah, that
absolutely.
feature. I noticed YouTube does have a longer description when you're streaming. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, okay, if you go to a YouTube video, the description's compressed, but if you're live streaming, your description is like expanded. It's the entire thing. So I feel like that's the replacement for it. But no, like just text like people don't think like that. I don't know, man. I don't. Here's the thing. I'm complaining, but I don't actually have a solution, honestly. So.
Yeah, that's the thing I was gonna ask. Is like, do we have any?
Do we have a solution? No, I don't have a solution for it.
The only thing I've got a solution for is hey Twitch, maybe sort your adverts out, because if your stream if the stream buffers and then
Stop.
you just like pause and play again just to hope that
Yeah,
something
that's
happens.
awful.
Don't play a 30-second
A 30
advert
second, and
again
they're
when it
long,
literally
annoying
just got on
advertisements
there.
sometimes. Sometimes they're long, just annoying ones, man. I don't
Like,
know.
They're
there
bad,
was.
man.
I remember I was watching a tournament, right, and it was like it was losers finals, right? Really tense moment. It buffers. I'm like, oh, refresh. Then it's like 30-second advert for the MiG. Oh wow,
Yeah.
the match is over. Who won? I don't know.
I don't know.
They're like,
Yeah.
oh, they're like, and the winner is, and then like it buffers again. You're like, oh, for God's sake, pause play, and then just, oh, Jason Statham is pew, 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 a shark. Bah, bah, bah. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, come on, guys.
Come on, the best shark movie.
That movie went so viral. So viral.
It's because of the marketing, dude.
Shut up.
Yeah.
It's
Just to give you an
so
idea,
good.
and you know the investment channel I was working for at the time made me do like 5 videos on that one stupid shark. Like, yeah. Anyways, though.
It's all about the marketing, and
It's totally it's
No,
you.
I
It's a
I
very
hate-
good era.
I hate
Yeah.
Hollywood.
I hate all of them.
I hate everything.
Get them out of here.
I hate YouTube. I hate Twitch. I hate Hollywood. I hate you guys. I hate
me too.
You know, I don't hate people watching, but I hate every.
Mitch? Maybe.
Oh, I love Mitch. What do you want
Oh,
about?
How
okay.
dare you? Mitch is a
What
good
are you on
boy.
about?
What do you mean? How? Don't try and spin this on
How
me,
you
Rob.
doing?
Don't try
You
and
trying
put.
to-
Don't even. Don't you
You're
dare.
trying to
hate
bait
Mitch.
me right now. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Mitch is a good boy. I can't believe you've done that. Oh my goodness.
I would never
Never.
insult Mitch.
really.
I would never even dream of it.
You would never do that. You're too nice of a guy. That's the thing. Like you have too much respect for him, and you like look up to him, and you're too I
What
understand.
do you mean? I don't look up to him. He's short.
See, I'm getting him. See, Rob, like I'm getting him. Like I know you think
take
he's like
that,
the
take
best
that,
at
Mitch.
Overwatch. I know
My
he's
God.
really good at Overwatch, and he's kind of
Is
better
he?
than you at Overwatch, Snoop.
I've never played
be
with
fair.
him.
But I know you do
To
like
be
him.
fair, he's not. But you know, he.
To
If
be
you
fair,
started
he's-
playing Overwatch again, you'd be in silver, man.
Oh man.
Mm.
Oh God.
You're like, I can't dispute it.
Ooh.
That's my that's my
got
favorite
me.
insult to, like, I have a friend, my friend Cosmo, who doesn't play anymore, and we're just arguing about shit, and I'm like, if you start playing again, you just be in silver. He's like, hey, yeah. It's just fucking funny.
Oh no, I'll talk about this after. Anyways, okay, so this year, this is another one I want to talk to you guys about. So this year, right, been kind of oofy, I'd say, in terms of video games, aside from like Spider-Man, Red Dead, and God of War. Aside from that, there hasn't been too much like crazy stuff. I know Detroit was cool. I know, Octopath was really cool, but I think like so far, 2019 is looking like really spicy, and I just wanted to know what games you guys are looking
2018.
forward to in 2019.
2018 is elect, man. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's because we came off possibly the best year in gaming,
Mhm.
period, which was 2017.
Mhm.
The only other year
2017 was incredible.
Incredible.
It was
Like,
one of the best,
Unbelievable.
possibly the best.
There's
That's
like
how good it
magic in
was.
the air. There's like that's the thing. It's like
Every
yeah.
every week I was like, oh, the best game ever. Oh,
it's like, oh boy, we got another game of the we're contender. Yep.
Mhm.
Oh geez.
oh geez, this
This
20
year is like once every 4 months. It's like,
Mhm.
hey, that's decent.
Yeah,
absolutely.
and then like, and Zelda still won in the end. Actually, it
Yeah.
won the Game Awards.
It
like,
does.
different side.
I'd say it deserved deserved it.
It deserved
but
it.
that's just me.
Yeah. Some people really don't think that. Like, and I don't get it. I'm like, I respect their opinion. I
I
just
don't
like,
get when people call Breath of the Wild a bad game. It's like,
yeah, that I don't get. It's like
Shut
you're
up.
just
Shut up.
being like you're just being a special snowflake. Anyways, but yeah, lots of
opinions are opinions. Though.
opinions are opinions. Yeah. But no, like it seems like there's lots of spicy stuff planned for 2019. But yeah, I'm really excited for Kingdom Hearts 3. I've been like slowly
Game
dipping
of
my
the year,
feet. Yeah, it could happen, dude. I've been slowly dipping my feet back into the series, and I'm very like I'm excited. I watched like a whole like 40-minute like timeline video on it again last night to like brush up on everything. And dude, I'm getting pumped. Like it's actually happening now. And then keep in mind, a new Smash Brothers game is happening. Then a month freaking later, a new Kingdom Hearts game is coming out. A little more than a
That's
month.
insane.
Yeah, it's a little more than a month, but
Smash.
Smash.
You cowards.
yeah, imagine they do it. They
I
release
mean,
so close, like
But also, Piranha Plant comes out around that time.
True.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
No.
oh wait, Piranha Plant's not gonna be available right away.
No, it's
No,
like
he's
2 months
DLC,
later or
dude.
something.
No, I
He's
knew he
like
was
pre-order.
DLC. I thought like we would get him right away. Oh,
Nah, he's not finished,
No.
dude. He's not
Oh.
finished.
Yeah, we
Okay.
gotta
I
wait
know.
a while, which
Oof.
is like, that's why I thought it was a really weird announcement to have. Cause it's like,
yeah.
hey, check out this thing that you own, like, or you can get for free if you pre-order and stuff, but you still gotta wait a couple of months. For it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Just putting that out there. Be hyped, guys. It's a plan. Bye.
But
Yep.
it's a plant. It's a plant. It was
Oh,
to
man.
advertise.
I am
the
excited
DLC,
for
though.
Piranha
I
Plant
think-
though.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fun. It's a fun
But,
DLC
um,
character.
In terms of 2019, we also have Animal Crossing, which a lot of people were like
I
big.
keep
involved in.
forgetting that comes out next year.
It's because we saw
like-
nothing of like no gameplay apart from like a logo and Tom Nook
Yeah.
being like, "Ooh, fuck." Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm.
There's like a rumor that might come out like the first half of 2019, like first quarter.
No way.
I
I
don't know.
don't believe that.
They could
Plus,
be.
I mean,
They could have been
you know what?
cooking on
It
it.
could happen.
I think that's possible.
It's totally possible.
Considering they've
I
had
don't
the
think so.
assets since the Wii U what's it called?
Amiibo
Animal
Festival.
Crossing, Amiibo Festival.
Yeah, they
They've
probably
had
have.
the assets
They have
from
the
that.
assets from that. Like character models are completely
So that-
HD in that. I'm assuming
They-
like
I assume they were working on it back then.
yes.
So I
think so as
it's
well.
possible to be early next year. I don't know if it will be, but I think it is a possibility.
Probably, like I agree with you on this, Rob. That probably not. I just will
It's,
say
um,
it's
yeah.
possible that it could happen. Is all I'm saying. I don't actually think it'll happen. It'd be sick if it would, but knowing like I don't actually think it'll happen, especially if they only showed us Tom Nook in the
They
trailer
only
like that.
They
Yeah.
didn't show us any gameplay. Or
Yeah,
anything.
exactly. So I feel you. Yeah.
What they'll probably do is do a similar route to Smash. Is they'll take a 6-month period and like announce everything, and then like leading up to that.
Yo,
they'll
Rob's
probably
right.
release it, like, September or something.
Rob's right.
It's a very-
Look,
very
look,
good way.
it kind of match. Think about it. Think about it. They ended a direct with Smash. Then we waited until E3 heard about it. Think about it. What Rob's saying is probably right. Even at E3, they only showed us like not an actual gameplay trailer, just like a teaser trailer almost. They did the same thing with Animal Crossing. Rob might be right. It might be like a 6-month build up. This is the start of it.
Once they yeah, it'll probably be like.
I agree with
maybe
that.
July, August.
I agree
Who
with that.
knows? It's
I
hard
think-
to say right now.
Yeah,
I
hard
can
to
see
say.
that
Yeah.
happening. I just want Animal Crossing.
He might have just predicted it. Hold us to this, guys. If it happens like that, like around June, July is when they show us more about it, or that's when it releases, then he's right.
We'll see.
I'm just thinking like I feel like this is a very cynical mindset for me, but like I kind of feel like it's all gonna be downhill, at least for me, the Switch, like as time goes on now. 'Cause in terms of like I like when I think of a big Switch release, my immediate thought is like Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey. Those were the two
Yeah.
ones that like really blew me away.
Yeah.
And when I think about like all the games that's coming to Switch next year and the year after, none of them I have that kind of like that is gonna be on this level kind of thing. Like Animal Crossing is probably just gonna be Animal Crossing. Not that that's a bad thing. I love Animal Crossing. Don't get me wrong.
I think
But,
Animal
the
Crossing's
only
on
one that I
Oh,
think
shut up.
might be sick is like Metroid.
Yeah, Metroid is
So,
one of
like,
the only
that's
other
the only one that I
S
feel
tier
like-
series, I think.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because we got like Yoshi that looks.
Adorable, but like.
Oh, Yoshi's a B or C
adorable,
tier
but
game
pretty-
for sure. Yeah. Here's
So
sorry, I'll let you
I'm
finish.
just worried that it's gonna kind of stay along that track now.
Yeah.
It's like it's like this year basically, except for Smash Ultimate. I'd even include Pokemon in this. It's all kind of just like good
It's
games, but
yeah.
not like.
They could change.
Console
They could
selling
change
game.
that with Pokemon. It could be something
Yeah.
that blows your
Oh
way
shit!
because
Yeah, Pokemon 2019.
Yeah,
Sorry, we just had a Pokemon game, so I already forgot about
No,
that.
no, I feel
Never
you.
mind.
Honestly,
I
though.
redact my statement.
No, I feel what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying ultimately, though. Like, here's my take on this. Like, 2017, you know what I mean, was a big year. I feel like 2018 is them kind of recouping from that year. I think they sold themselves way too short in 2017. You know what I mean? And then 2018's been a slow year building up till now, and I think they've been preparing this entire year for 2019. A lot of games were delayed for 2019. It wasn't even like they just were announced. Like, you got to think Fire Emblem
Yeah.
Three Houses has been in development for like 2.5 years. Yoshi's
Shit,
been in
I
development.
keep forget-
Yoshi's
There's
been in
the new Shin
development.
Megami Tensei game as well.
Yeah, Yoshi.
Yeah.
Who knows how long Yoshi's been in development for? Like, especially the delayed games. Like, those games have been in development for a while. And then,
Yeah.
honestly, Animal Crossing, dude. I think people sleep on how powerful Animal Crossing is. Like, Animal Crossing.
yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
okay, so hear me out. Like, the highest selling Pokemon game on the 3DS, I think, is 16 million units, and I think that's I think it's X and Y or Sun and Moon. I think it's X and Y. Okay. Animal
X and Y.
Crossing New Leaf, as of September 2018, sold like 14 million units. So it's only 4 million units off of Pokemon. It's just the thing is this. Yeah,
20.
it-
14. Okay, I see.
is it 14? I could be wrong. You can double check if you want.
I'm not saying in terms of like marketability or like
Mhm.
people buying them. I'm also saying about like
The caliber of the
scope
game. To be fair,
So
though.
I'm not even saying like if a game's good or bad.
Whoa,
I'm saying,
whoa!
like,
What just happened?
Oh,
We're
shit,
good. We're good.
something-
It
That's
fixed
fine.
itself.
Like,
It fixed
Mac-
itself. I don't know
Oh,
what
this
happened.
God.
But I'm also talking about like the I guess you could say like the risks that they take, like what they do, like the new stuff they do, what they bring to the table. Like I'm kind of expecting, and again, I don't think this is a bad thing. I love how Animal Crossing is,
Mhm.
but when I think of next year's Animal Crossing game, I think it's going to be pretty similar to the last Animal Crossing and the one before and the one before and so on.
Mhm.
Again, I'm not like, it might not be, and I'm 100%, I will be happy to be like wrong on this,
Mhm.
but like that's just where my mind goes from how they've treated the series. So like, yeah, I'm still gonna get it, and I'm still probably gonna love it, but I don't think it's gonna be something that just like blows my shit where I'm like, whoa, I can climb that mountain in
Mhm.
Animal
Yeah.
Crossing. Whoa!
Like the
Dude,
I
The-
don't
yeah.
know.
the one thing I'll give, and I get what you're saying. I'm not saying like I agree with you ultimately. The one thing I'll give Animal Crossing credit for is like the last home console release the game had was like 2007 on the Wii, or like 2008, right? Then it went on the handheld, and like if you've played New Leaf, like you know New Leaf really
It's so
pushes
good.
that franchise. Like there's so much stuff to do in that
Really
game.
sick.
And it's a
New Leaf's
3DS
so
game.
good, yeah.
It's a 3DS game. Now imagine if they take everything they introduced in New Leaf, and now they're developing a home console version of the series. I personally think that Animal Crossing 2019 will potentially be on the caliber of Zelda or Mario. I'm just throwing it out there. I think Nintendo's. Yeah, you
I
can
think I'm with
disagree.
Pat on this
You
one,
can
but yeah.
disagree. That's fine.
Fair enough.
I just
I
think that's
really feel like
impossible.
this
I
year,
can't imagine it.
Nintendo's gonna be pushing these other franchises that have been on the DS. Like,
Mm.
I don't think it's a coincidence that Fire Emblem, Pokemon, and Animal Crossing, all three games
Yeah,
that their
they're all
largest
coming over to the
install
Switch.
base, are on the 3DS, are coming to the Switch. So I think they're gonna try and push
The-
those. I don't know.
The reason I disagree about the Animal Crossing is because let's look at Mario and Zelda, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have one game which was anticipated for like maybe 3 or 4 years,
Mhm.
which reinvented.
Longer
Which
than that.
Let me finish. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. Which reinvented one of the most popular series in the world to such a high caliber.
Mm-hmm.
One game was the best game of the year and the best year in gaming history.
Mm-hmm.
Sold like was the launch of Nintendo's newest console, and you have Mario Odyssey, which is a return to form in a series which people were getting tired of. Return to form such as Sunshine and 64 and such. which people were asking for years, for almost like over a decade. And such. There was a lot of like build-up sentimental value behind those two games. I don't think Animal Crossing could like ever esteem to. Even if it is a perfect game, I don't think it will ever reach that level because of how much value there is behind these two games that reinvented.
That's a good point.
A lot of stuff and went back to form.
You know what? That's
Zelda
a good
went
point.
back to its first game. Mario went back to its first original 64 era, but like, and it reinvented a lot of stuff and just recalibrated value in the series.
In those series,
basically.
yeah. No, that's a very good point. I'm kind of trumped after you said that, to be honest. The only thing I'll say in Animal...
right, though, but yeah.
No, but you make a very good point, honestly. Like, the only thing I will say for this one is... No, I'm not even going to try to counter this. Like, I see what you're kind of saying. Like, if you really look at Mario and in The Legend of Zelda, like, as a franchise, like, it's really hard to say that Animal Crossing will ever even be able to reach that caliber. But I do think the quality of the game could be up to the standards of Odyssey or Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, probably.
Is that fair? Is that fair? The reception, I think you guys are right. Like, it won't hit those peaks. I agree with you there. Okay, but I do think, like, Nintendo, the reason why some of these games have been delayed, and I just think they're putting more time in them. Personally, I hope we don't get like more Kirby Star Allies, and I want more Odysseys and Breath of the Wilds ultimately. And I'm hoping these games scheduled for 2019 are that caliber. So.
The only game that I am probably biased here, but one of the only games I think can reach that caliber is Metroid because it's such a.
I think
it
Metroid and Pokemon. I completely forgot about Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon will. Can we just agree Pokemon will? Like,
I'm not gonna say it will.
I'm not certain either.
The Let's Go could easily just be like an asset flip of Pokemon 2019, and if so,
that's scary.
Not gonna. That's not boding well for like.
If we look at what's working well for Nintendo,
that game, so.
It's reinventing their formulas to like and going back to their roots, right? That work. We mentioned it work with Zelda and work with Mario. With Pokemon, they could tell people are sick of the handholdiness and such. So I can totally see them reinventing shit, just like they did with Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, which were on the Switch. So it's like they have that incentive to because it's worked twice. The two biggest games on the Switch are like big risk players. So it's whether the Pokemon company wants to do that because Nintendo only has a third of the shares in Pokemon. But it's whether they want to play safe. But I can see it being a totally new and like exciting game.
Yeah, I'm more on that side personally.
I really want that, but after the success of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee as well, I think they're gonna just be like, we can kind of play like, or the thing, they know that they can play it safe and be absolutely fine. It's Pokemon, it will sell millions.
Yeah.
So they can just keep playing it safe, and
but
they can keep.
They have
like,
the potential of selling like 4 or 5 times as much.
They have the potential of like bring that camera angle down, boys. That's what I really want. Just bring it down.
Yeah, bring it down even more. Yeah, that's fair.
They're
but
not gonna. But
hear me out, okay? Like, to be honest with you, like based off of like their actions, like I think the whole reason Let's Go is comes across as shallow is so 2019 can be like the real deal. Like, to be honest with you, they could have just like released Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee and pushed them as main series games, but they announced them alongside Pokemon 2019, which is why I think they did that to take extra time and put more time into Pokemon 2019, because that's not a very Game Freak thing to do, is to hold off on the next main series Pokemon game and tell you, hey, these are spin-offs, smaller scale games, and we're working on this bigger game.
That's a very good point. They're like communicating, look, just wait, like we've got
that could also be a cushion. That could be like, okay, so just say Sun and Moon didn't like, or Sun and Moon, the exact same games with a different story. Just put that in your mind on the Switch. Yeah. That's Pokemon 2019 now. They could have just had Let's Go to kind of just like slide in there just to try and like lower expectations. So people are going like, whoa, a new Switch Pokemon game, this is gonna be crazy. First console Pokemon game in years. This is gonna be like, whoa, it's gonna be crazy. Then Let's Go comes out and they're like, oh, this is just kind of normal with a few new features and a lot of old ones missing.
Yeah.
And then they can go like, whoa, now all these features are in Pokemon 2019 that were missing, and the stuff from Let's Go, but it's still Pokemon Sun and Moon, basically.
Yeah, I see
That,
what.
like, I could see them doing that, but
Oh no,
But
I
like,
see what you're
It
saying.
can go either way. It can
Yeah, go
honestly
either way,
right.
exactly. Honestly though, like, here's my thing. Like, if that was the mindset with Game Freak, I really think they would have just released Let's Go as like main series games. They would have just like, they could have like if they just released
that that's just a saying. That's not like there's nothing that like makes a game main series or not. The fact they literally just came out and just said like, this is a spin-off.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the only reason it's a spin-off is because they said it was. So that doesn't really.
That's a
I
good
don't
point.
feel like that means anything really.
I don't
Because
like,
it's still a
and
Pokemon
to be
game.
fair,
it's not like
yeah, I do disagree with you there, and I do think like I don't know, it's fine. I get what you're saying. You're just being like you're being fair. Like let's not just assume it's gonna be the be all end all Pokemon game. They could be finessing us, and it's like it is Game Freak and it is Nintendo, so it's okay to be weary.
Yeah, I'm
Well, the thing is,
cautiously
I
optimistic.
know that either way, I'm probably gonna love it after
Yeah.
Pokemon Let's Go. So it's a win-win for me. It's just I have a like, when you think of Nintendo, you think of like industry standard. They made the fucking industry back in the day, basically.
They did. That's right. Yeah.
So when you think about like, when you think about them as a whole, you kind of think like, yeah, Nintendo, they do great shit. And I want them to do that great shit. I don't
Yeah.
want to. I don't want to see them.
You don't want
continuously doing
stagnant,
same stuff.
samey, like safe shit, right? You want
Yeah,
risk-taking
I
stuff.
want Breath of the Wild. I
They
want
do,
Odyssey.
they
I
do
want
stuff differently. So like,
Pokemon 2019.
yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I
think-
just want
yeah.
them to be more. I want Nintendo to. Like the thing is, I want them to take more risks in terms of the games, not in terms of the hardware at this point.
Yeah.
'Cause they've always taken
risks
huge
with the hardware. And
The
this time it's paid
software,
off.
not so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
So like, I want them to see. I want to see their software just like start. Fucking impress me, guys. Impress me like you did with Breath of the Wild. Because that genuinely is the first game in a long ass time to impress me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to play Breath of the Wild
want
now.
Dude, it's kind of like I kind of get why people get so frustrated, all right? Because it's kind of like you go back and you look at Nintendo back in the day, and they made these like well-crafted games that really executed what they're trying to do. It's like look at Mario Party and look at Mario Tennis, okay? You look at like the Mario Parties on the N64, you look at the Mario Parties on the GameCube. They're well-crafted games that like they put time into. They really developed these games. Even Mario Tennis. Look at Mario, I think it's Power Tennis on the GameCube, for example, or Mario Tennis N64. And now we're looking at the Switch era, and they're kind of doing this thing where they're releasing these mediocre, half-assed versions of these franchises, and that's what hurts people. And I understand that. It's like you look at Super Mario Party, a game that I loved. I love Super Mario Party, but like when you compare that to Mario Party 2 or Mario Party 5, it's shallow compared to those. You look at Mario Tennis Aces, which again, you guys know, I enjoyed that game. When you compare that to its predecessors, it just doesn't stack up in terms of content, and I get why people are getting upset. I understand. They haven't been doing it with sorry, I'm almost done. They haven't been doing it with everything. Cool. They haven't been doing it with everything, but like the games that they have been doing it with, it's noticeable. And go ahead, sorry, I was rambling on too much at the end.
You could totally coin a new like a term for that. Like maybe it's like the stagnation problem, which Nintendo has specifically. But it's a thing a lot of companies have, because you've got like Aces, Mario Party, and such like that, where it's like, it's not what it could be, right? It's just.
I think it's kind of embarrassing for them, to be honest.
Yeah.
It is, honestly.
I think it's really embarrassing to go, okay,
Because
Mario
they've had
Party
this for
on the
quite a
Nintendo
while.
64.
Is
For example,
better.
like,
Is
Mario
better
Party Top
gameplay
100
wise.
could have been like the hypest shit.
Could have
but
been
it
crazy.
Wasn't
It
because
wasn't.
It was half-assed. And that's the reason
Yeah.
it wasn't
Nintendo
a massive selling game.
has all these resources to make phenomenal games in like, but they don't. They just hit.
just
like,
shit-
it
they
feels
shit
like with
them
every
out.
game franchise they do, they hit a wall, and then from that wall, say the
Nothing
wall's
moves.
like the peak of
Yeah.
the
It
series.
happened with,
They just start
Paper
going
Mario.
back from
They
there.
go down.
more
They
you
go
think
downhill
about it,
from there. Yeah.
The more you think about it, the more series come up, like Paper Mario and such. Like
Exactly. They
Yeah.
Thousand
Even-
Year Door.
That's
they
a
hit that
decent-
peak.
I
and
would-
everyone
Went down.
I would
you know,
say-
back and back.
Would you reckon Kirby has kind of hit that wall as well? You reckon?
I'm
Mm,
staying out of that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm asking you. I'm asking
No, no,
you.
no, 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 no. You're making okay. I think
Yeah.
Kirby. You asked a great question. I think Kirby just hit it. I think Star Allies was it. That was honestly, in my opinion, they'll now hear me out. If they were to just release another 2D typical Kirby game again, it'd sell great. It would sell great because the Kirby fan base is rabid. But for me, as a longtime fan, even my interest is starting to diminish because they've just been doing the same thing, and it's been very up and down with Kirby though. To be fair, it's been very up and down. But you make a good point where.
Because,
Yeah, I feel like they've reached their peak as a 2D platformer, and they need to start expanding and trying new things, like they did with Breath of the Wild and like they did with Odyssey.
That's what bums me out with Kirby.
Mhm.
There was a period of time, like from GameCube to kind of to Wii U, where they genuinely experimented. It was like 2D platformers, maybe the odd golf game, which was experimenting.
With Kirby though, are you saying with
then they
Kirby,
had, like,
or just
yeah,
games
with
in
Kirby,
general?
they had, like-
Okay.
I'm saying Kirby.
Okay.
Then they had
okay.
like Kirby Air Ride. They had
Great game.
the Epic Yarn. They had
Great game.
the play one where you had to like draw on the pad.
That's a terrible
all
one.
three of them.
That's Rainbow Curse.
Yeah, but all three of them are like completely
That's
unique.
very
from each other.
experimental.
Yeah.
So they were experimenting, and two of those are regarded very highly.
Yes.
Like
well, it depends who you
but then
talk
they
to
go
for
back
some,
to
but yeah.
the older. Everything's always.
No, you're right. I'm
subjective.
just behind.
But,
You keep on going. You keep on going with what you're saying.
like-
with what you're saying.
Then everything after that, kind of just they went from being like this creative, they're constantly doing these new things with the series,
Mhm.
back to, oh hey, this was safe and this worked.
Mhm.
Back on the Super Nintendo, let's just do this in 3D now.
Now fair.
And
Oh,
I find that such a bummer, man.
Because
here, let me say something though. Let me say something real quick. Let me say something real. That works well for for a lot of other stuff, but for Kirby, it doesn't really work well because Epic Yarn, Epic Yarn was a completely other game. There's a whole other game being developed, and then they're like, oh, let's turn this into a Kirby game.
I don't think that's an issue though.
No, I don't
Because
think that's an
it's still
issue. I'm just
unique and
clarifying
it's
that. I'm just clarifying that. That's all. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not taking away from the point you just made. Like in that period of
if
time,
anything-
they were experimenting. It even goes back there with like Kirby's Tilt and Tumble. They're doing like puzzle games and stuff like that. You're very right where there's a big period where they're experimenting. So I'm just saying you're right. I'm just giving Epic Yarn some defense there.
I would say that it kind of creates a problem because it gives the series a bit of an identity crisis.
Yes,
Because
I
you
was
have all
gonna.
these experimental games, these main series
I
games.
don't think that's an issue.
I think it's a
because-
huge issue. Rob, what's another franchise that has that problem? Nintendo franchise.
Oh, Nintendo franchise.
Fucking all of them.
You main him. You main
Star
him.
Fox.
Yes.
It has no idea what it is, and it keeps trying to be other games or be 64.
No.
It has no.
See, the difference there is Star Fox has the issue of they have one game that they keep remaking.
Yeah.
And then they did a tiny bit of experimenting.
No, they.
And then they
I
just
would
keep fucking
disagree
remaking that
because
shit.
they either want to be 64 or they try other stuff.
But they try other stuff.
Like, for example, Star Fox Adventures, Star Fox Assault, and such, where they try totally new things, and part of it works, but it's
That was one generation. That was one console generation.
you also have Zero, which again, it's a bit of a it's a bit of a
remake.
a mix. It was a remake of 64.
It's
Yeah,
not
they
even
tried.
fully a remake. It's more of a reimagining. Just throwing that out there. Like different things
yeah,
happen
it's a
and stuff.
reimagining.
Yeah, it's a reimagining.
It's not 64, but it's so similar to.
Yeah.
Star Fox is a different problem than Kirby, but I would say that like it's the same thing that's happened into DC, right?
Mhm.
You take Batman and experiment with him and such, and like if you have an identity crisis with the series with like on mainstream cinema, a lot of people go, oh, I don't actually like Batman that much because they don't always think about the original like comics and such and what Batman truly is.
good
If
point.
you
I
just
didn't
think
think
about
about
Batman
that.
vs Superman, you're just like, oh, what is Batman? I don't
A
understand.
series in character needs to evolve. You can't have it just stay the same. Be like, oh, but we don't want to change it because we don't want to experiment because then people will think that, we're not sticking to the roots.
The question is,
Like-
though, it's like deciding on what is core to the series and what should be evolved. With Kirby, you have elements which like totally reinvent it, which is good, but then you kind of lose those elements that are like, oh, this makes a Kirby game. If you take like Claymation Kirby, I'll give you a sec. Just give me a second. If you take those games, they're like so different. Like the Kirby's Epic Yarn wasn't even a Kirby game. If we look at Metroid and such, these games experiment a lot, but you still have Metroidvania backtracking and such, like environmental storytelling. And after that, games experiment in a lot of different ways and such. But yeah, you go ahead.
What I'm more so saying is like, I'm kind of specifically saying with Kirby again, because like the fundamentals of Kirby is like, he suck. He does the big suck. Like, not as in he sucks, as in like, oh wow, this guy sucks, but as in like,
no, I know what you mean.
Sucks and he can like get abilities and stuff. And I feel like that's all you need, like, to be reminiscent of the other games. I feel like Kirby is like the perfect like anthology series of games, basically. You could do like, you could put Kirby in almost any type of game, and he could fit. You could put him in a, you know, a 3D platformer, he would fit. A 2D platformer, fit. Racing game, he fit. He's done it before. Puzzle games, he could fit. But like, the only type of game that he probably couldn't fit in is like a horror game, because he's Kirby. Actually, no, because Luigi's Mansion did it. Kirby could just be in Luigi's Mansion, just sucking up the ghosts instead of vacuuming them. So I feel like as a concept, like, they could really do so much with Kirby that they just don't do.
But is that an effect of? I'll be.
You go ahead, buddy. You go ahead. Sorry, you go ahead.
Is
Rob.
this an effect of Kirby losing his identity over the past few years, though? Because
I don't think Kirby has an identity.
I think he does.
I think he does.
The earlier series, they have a lot of specific platforming elements and such. He invented a lot of things like, you know, infinite flying or whatever and such.
I don't think that's an identity. I think that's like.
I gotta nip this in the butt really quickly. Snoop, I gotta nip this in the butt. I'm sorry. I love you, my dude. But first of all, there's no copy abilities in any of the spin-off games you mentioned. What happened there? You guys seen that?
Oh yeah, no, I was more so just giving an
well, no, because you're saying like the main its identity. Yeah, no, fair. But you're talking about Kirby's identity of suck and copy abilities, right? And the games that you were praising. Yeah, but the games you were praising for doing something different, like, got negative feedback as well for the fact that they're ultimately not Kirby games. They're not Kirby games. Like, in Kirby's Epic Yarn...
Kirby's in them and the title says Kirby.
Yeah, but that's the problem, though. That's the issue. That's the issue at hand.
If you make a Kingdom Hearts game where Sora just runs around and kicks a soccer ball...
And that you put the title on it, that doesn't... Like, it loses its identity. It's a completely other game now, just with Sora in there.
It would still technically, but in the sense of like...
It's still technically that, but like... Again, that's why I'm specifically kind of like saying Kirby with this, because like a character like Sora wouldn't fit in a game like that. You could have a Kirby football game.
But would you say...
But it wouldn't be Kirby anymore. It would just be Kirby, though.
But it could if the developers like...
That made no sense what I just said. It wouldn't be Kirby anymore. It would be Kirby. That wouldn't... What I said... What I'm saying, though, right? Okay, you're kind of... All I'm saying,
I understand.
you made this point of... Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Okay, cool. Let's leave... I agree. This motherfucker right here, they need to do something different with him. They need to do some different stuff with him. They need to do a new take. They need to do an actual 3D game. They need to put some effort in instead of just shitting out new Kirby games every year. I agree with you on that. Every year there's a new one.
What I'm trying to say though, in terms of like the variety thing and the, you know, the anthology of Kirby games, like when I say racing, I don't specifically mean Kirby's Air Ride, but I mean like, if they made a new racing game, they could have it so like the sucking was an active like, because the thing is that's such
cool.
a cool mechanic that you could implement that sucking in like inheriting abilities. You could like put that in so many different genres that they just haven't been doing.
That is true.
So I would love to see them like go and do that. Like have a I don't know have a Pokemon game where you suck them instead of catching them. You suck them, then you become them or something. I don't know.
Dude, Kirby could totally work fully 3D. Like, if you really think about it, a top-down perspective, though. It'd probably work better from a... Not top-down, kind of like, what's that called? What's the term for it? Instead of looking down, or instead of looking straight, it's like this, diagonally.
It's just...
like
Yeah,
Pokemon
like
kind of. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's a name for
I-
this. There's a term for it, and it's bothering me
It's just-
so
it's just
much.
High angle. It's just
Yes,
high
high angle. But anyways,
weird.
I will
It's-
admit.
I think, yeah.
No, go ahead,
I
buddy.
think
Go
it-
ahead. We're
I
rambling
think
on
it's-
about
I
this
think
one
it's
at
a
this point.
question of like whether, say that you make a new Kirby game, which is like fucking racing and such. It's the question of like whether it will benefit the franchise long term. And like some innovation, it needs it. Kirby is stagnant right now. Needs
I agree.
something new and such. But it's whether it's like, making a new game which is totally different. It could like it could spiral it off in a different direction where like fans of the platforming games, say this is a hypothetical situation, say Kirby
Yeah.
makes a racing game and it's like fucking great, and then they make Kirby Racing like just the main series from then on out. What happens to the people who like Kirby
Yeah.
platforming games and such?
Just yeah.
'Cause
Well,
that's, like, that's an idea.
The thing is, that's like, that's just like how it works. Yeah, no matter what you do, you're gonna isolate someone.
Mm.
But like, if this were to happen, like, so I would say, because you said like about the history of a series, like the timeline, like when you look back on it, it would be like, oh, it was a platformer, then it was a racing game, and then like I you know, again, this is all hypotheticals and stuff.
Yeah.
But like in my perfect world, they you know, we'd have the variation. It specifically for Kirby. Again, singling Kirby outside, like I don't think many series could do this. But like we're kind of at a point where I think looking back on the history of Kirby is kind of a bummer again, because so many of the games are like it's just like 2D platform 2D, which is, you know, it's a series, it is a 2D platformer series, so it makes sense that they're all like that. But when you actually like look at them in order, you kind of just like, you know, let's spice stuff up a bit.
So you've
you've obviously got the fan base and funding to be able to do something different.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I don't think having experimental games on this list is a negative thing at all. I think
Yeah.
like you could look back on it and go like, oh, remember that time that Kirby did a platformer? Well, yeah, that was all the time. But remember the time that they did a racing game? Everyone remembers Kirby's Air Ride, for better or worse. But, you know, name the third Kirby game. I mean, some people will be able to do it. Corey can probably do it.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I
yeah,
mean, Kirby's
like-
Dream Land 3 is pretty.
It's
Wow,
just
that was
like,
actually surprisingly easy.
really
one.
easy to be. Okay, let me throw this out here where it's like, I think you do gotta look at this from like the other people's perspectives too. You like, I get this is your opinion, but you gotta like look. So like,
Oh, yeah,
say
absolutely.
I took Kingdom Hearts, right? And it's like, you like Kingdom Hearts this way. You've always liked it this way, and because I think the series is getting this way to just change the gameplay. It's like you gotta think from like I know Rob's the businessman, but you gotta think at this from a business perspective too, right? It's like,
Oh, no,
Kirby
yeah,
has
I
a
totally
massive
understand.
franchise. The fans like Star Allies, right? I didn't see a Kirby fan complain about that game. I only seen people who outside of the series complaining about the game. To be fair, so it's like
that's
let
a
me
big
finish.
issue,
Just let me
'cause now
finish.
it's-
Just let me
now
finish.
It's gating off new fans.
Pardon?
Well, now it's kind of like gating off new fans. It's like, unless you're already a Kirby fan.
But
Nah,
how's it gating
I
off
would
new
disagree.
fans though? It's
I would
it's the
disagree
most
because
approachable kind of gameplay, to be honest.
I would
Sorry.
I would fully disagree with that, because
Mm-hmm.
you play a game. Oh, I like Kirby. Now that people become new fans because
Yeah.
they try out a game and like it. You don't always have to branch out into something new. You
To bring
No,
new
no, no,
people
no.
in, yeah.
That's not what I'm saying. It's just because Corey said that all the people who are complaining about Star Allies aren't Kirby fans.
No, but
So,
like,
that kind of
Star
gates
Allies
off.
gains new fans.
That's-
who
yeah.
weren't fans
Oh,
beforehand, though.
absolutely. Like that. That's a given. Yeah.
It's all to do with you don't want to tarnish your brand. It is to do with business here.
Mhm.
You're right.
you
Corey.
got this. It's
Because
all you.
You establish a recognizable brand, and then if you divert off too much, people get confused, and you're not satisfying your customers as much.
Mhm.
You want a business is successful in correlation to how much it satisfies customers, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
If you make a game, if you go on and divert into a series and experiment with that, but the core fans of that aren't happy, the series is going to go downhill. You're not going to make as much money. Such experimenting is good in a lot of cases because it keeps fans happy. Like if the series is stagnant, they'll move on to other stuff.
Mhm.
But if you experiment too much, they'll get happy and
Why does
displeased
this keep
and move on to
happening?
other stuff.
I don't know if you guys
I
see
don't
it
know.
happening.
Yes.
It's Discord.
Yeah,
it's
it's-
Discord
let's-
though.
I've waited for this example. Let's look at Metroid Other M. Other
You got
M.
this.
So
You
it's
got
Other
this.
M.
Kill it, Rob.
Other M. All right,
that
you have a
game.
series which is loved to death by its fans as one of the most committed fan bases I've seen ever. Period. Which stuck with it for 10 years of nothing.
Yeah, even
And then
without a game for a while too. Still heavily committed.
Yeah, and you have which has a very specific identity. When a lot of games which are extremely high quality, it's like backtracking, exploration, discovery, like gradual upgrades and such like that, puzzles and etc. Then you get a game like Other M, which is the developer wants to be experiments and such, but in result of that, he insults the fans because he disregards the stuff that makes the series good and that they like. He disregards the character that they've built up for like 20-something years, and because he had basically Sakamoto had his own fantasy.
I think there's a big difference here, though. In the difference
okay, I don't think there actually is. Honestly, though, Snoop, I don't think there actually is a difference. I don't.
People were very angry because 10 years of no Metroid at all. And
yeah, but that's not what he's.
Completely disregards the series.
They hated Other M.
Yeah, that's not the point he's making, though.
What they wanted.
Yeah, because the gameplay, the soul of what Metroid is, they changed it so drastically to experiment that it just turned the fan base off of that game.
And because of that, it made such a low profit, they didn't make a game for ages because they were questioning the viability.
What I'm saying here is like, I'm not saying to do it like with Metroid or anything. Again, like Kirby, we get. Like, it's not like there's been years and years since the last, like, main Kirby game.
Yeah,
so you can do a spin-off next year, and people won't be like, oh, this isn't what we were after, we're out, we're done, fuck Metroid. But if it's 10 years of nothing, like, absolutely nothing, and people are begging for it.
But the fan base just doesn't, I know, but also, like, Snoop, you got it, like, you just want this. Like, no offense, buddy, I love you, you're the only person I ever see complain, like, it is a debate, yes, it is a debate. Like, to be fair, like, the Kirby fans just don't want that, though. Like, they don't want that. They're happy with Kirby the way it is. Like, I understand that that's how you feel.
I get that, but I feel like just seeing stagnation in, like, an industry that's supposed to be creative, it's not even like, because even if they did this, I probably wouldn't get them. I'm not like, so, like, I'm willing to admit that this is like 100% just me going like, I want everyone to be as creative as humanly possible.
And that's not a bad thing. The point you're making, is not a bad one. Yeah. I agree. In Kirby,
I understand that like a lot of people won't want that.
Yes.
I understand that like I'm in the wrong. I'm fine with that.
No. I don't want you to think that's what I'm saying, buddy. Listen, Kirby.
No. I know that's not what you're saying. That's what.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. With Kirby, like Kirby, out of all characters, it probably makes the most sense for you to say this about. Like of all characters. So like I agree with you. I just don't think that would be a good move for them to do that. To be honest, the reason why people were so happy about Star Allies at first, okay, when they didn't play the game, when they heard about it, was because we hadn't gotten like a legit Kirby game in a while. Like we were getting all these spin-off games. We're getting all these crappy like 3DS spin-off games and all the like that's all we've been getting. Like Kirby Battle Royale was a spin-off game. We got Planet Robot and Triple Deluxe. Those are the first two actual Kirby games we got, dude, since like the Wii era. So again, that's more than some franchises have gotten.
But if you think about it as well, one of the reasons that Mario Odyssey is so popular because it's a return to fans from 64 and Sunshine and such. Because they're experiments.
Because there was a big gap there.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
a lot of that big gap wasn't experimenting.
Yeah,
it was for a little bit, but then like it hit a point where it was just like, okay,
Mario was
now it's just
stagnant.
Super Mario 3D World.
3D Mario was stagnant. Even though Super Mario. Okay, we just want to clarify. Super Mario 3D World is a fantastic game. It's incredibly.
I love it. It's one of my favorite Mario games. But it's not creative.
Yeah, I don't care about that game at all. When you think of like great Mario games, that does not come to your mind. Am I like?
So I will agree with you in this regard, Pat. That something that like tries something new and is risky is like has potential to be the best thing, but there's a threshold, and like if you cross the line to the area where fans don't want,
absolutely, that's what I'm saying. You got to do it like Breath of the Wild, because they did that perfectly. They did it where like they had enough of the traditional Zelda format that had all the old fans like so excited for it. But then they also changed like enough so that new players were like, wow, this is something we've never seen before.
They changed the stuff that people were sick of. This is also another example because Zelda was introducing new stuff every game, right?
Mhm.
But a lot of
Yeah.
people didn't want it, and so they removed it. It was unnecessary experimentation as well. And so
Yeah.
there's good experimentation, there's bad experimentation. And
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
serious, yeah, Breath of the Wild's another fantastic example.
Yeah, I think
It's-
Breath of the Wild's
it's-
how you do it, where it's like it's still very Zelda. When I'm playing that game, I know I'm playing a Zelda game, but it feels like something I've never played before. So I think like,
Exactly.
and I ultimately like I will say I think every game should. I keep on hitting my pop filter. Every game
Don't worry, I do it
should
all the
get
time.
yeah. Every game should get the Breath of the Wild treatment. Every game. I know it's
Yeah.
impossible to expect that, but that's what I want, man. Like Metroid, like
Exactly.
I want that game to get the Breath of the Wild treatment. Personally, that's why I don't want it to come out
Yeah.
this year. I want it to
I'm
come out
not
next
sure
year.
if I'm not sure if I want Metroid to have the Breath of the Wild.
Fair enough.
treatment, because-
You'd be more.
I feel like
you'd
when-
know more what you're
when
talking
we
about for this
say-
one than I would. So
When we say Breath of the Wild treatment, we don't like make it like Breath of the Wild. It's more so like keep
Yes.
enough of like keep the greatest parts of the history of Metroid and then
Yeah.
just experiment with all the
Yes.
future stuff and
Okay,
make
in
it
that regard, I
so
agree.
amazing.
But
Mhm.
in terms of experimentation, Metroid isn't stagnant. The only reason the series
Metroid is non-existent.
yes.
it doesn't, because there's just been spin-offs and such.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
like,
yeah, I already see
if
what.
you, if you look at Prime 1, 2, and 3, they're
good.
amazing.
They're good
9 out of 10,
games.
10 out of
Yeah,
10
it's
games.
not like
Yeah.
it's getting old.
There's-
So at
no
the
one's
same.
complaining. No one's
Yeah, that's a
complaining
good
about Metroid
point.
getting
Yeah.
old.
So
Yeah.
you want a
would
mixture
you
of
innovate
both
when
for
people don't?
Metroid, then, wouldn't you? You'd
Yeah.
want a return to
You would
form.
want, you want more return to form than innovation,
Then
but you definitely want new
a little
stuff
bit of it
because
in
it's
there.
a Switch. Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
want to keep
It
recycling.
it all comes down to like the game, like the series.
Absolutely.
So like some games I wouldn't say this for, some I would. It's all just like it, before Super Mario Odyssey, I would have said that about Super Mario.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, well, Odyssey happened, and that's kind of what I wanted.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Well, that was like more of a return to form anyway, but.
This is a good
look,
debate,
I'm tired
man.
as fuck. I've probably been contradicting myself. in
No,
that
no,
frame,
bro.
but
This was a
I don't think
great
you have
debate.
voiced
This
that
was a
much.
great
Yeah.
debate. See,
We
me,
can-
whenever
we
I do
can-
debates, I always get worried. I don't want to be like a dick to people, but I get like in debate mode. So if I was a dick to either of you at one point, I apologize.
It's quite alright.
yes.
I just wanna jump on this a little longer. So we had Samus Returns come out a while ago. It was
Yeah.
a very good game. I wouldn't call it a fantastic game, but it did have a lot of innovations in it. Only problems with it is that like it was remaking an old game with old designs and such.
Mhm.
But like the
Yeah.
innovations it had, such as the melee thing, were good, but they were at the expense of the actual game. So like, for example, like sometimes it would really stop the pacing if you're like moving quickly. A lot of Metroid is about momentum, right? Because you get better at platforming and such. This is 2D Metroid specifically.
Okay.
You're bouncing off walls and such, clipping back and forth, jumping off ledges. You get very familiar with Samus.
Mhm.
2D Metroid is very much a platform. So
Yeah.
a lot of the time you would be moving and then you would stop to hit this thing, which would stop in slow motion, then you'd shoot it. It was really convenient, but it was at the expense of a lot of the other game. That's
Oh,
why I
yeah.
wouldn't consider it a fantastic game, because the innovation
I think
was at the expense.
Slowed
of
it
some of
down,
the-
yeah. Because whenever I see gameplay, you're like flipping, because you get all these abilities to help you move around and stuff in Metroid, right? Like you get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, endgame Metroid.
Yeah,
the
you
whole
can-
idea. One of the ideas of Metroid is that you get powerful, and then at the end you're unstoppable. Samus
Mhm.
is supposed to be the most powerful thing in the galaxy when she's at her peak, and you
Okay,
start
okay.
off you're weak and stuff, and then like there's a scene. The end of Metroid Zero mission is like you play as Zero Suit Samus. Your suit was destroyed, and you got to infiltrate the space pirate base, right?
Uh-huh.
And you get one shot. You can't fight this pirates. Then you get to a Chozo relic, which gives you your full powered suit, and you one shot. You can one shot everything in the entire ship.
Okay, I like that.
It's an amazing feeling. The whole point of it is that like you'll have tough struggle with enemies around the start, then you'll come back and wipe them. That's one of the biggest themes of Metroid. is,
Oh,
like,
that's
progression.
because the
It shows-
backtracking, you'd probably
Yeah.
get to an
That's-
area, it's
That's
too
the whole
hard.
point of the backtracking. Then you
Mhm.
come back and you're like, wow, I can handle
I
this.
can
It's
body
it's
these
an
guys
empowering-
now.
It's
Or,
an empowering feeling. That's what
That's
I love it so
cool.
much.
I'm
You get
excited.
stuck and you're like, yeah, it's so like
I
yeah. I just went on
Yeah.
a tangent about
Rob
Metroid,
just
I
Rob
apologize.
just sold me on Metroid even more.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
fantastic.
think the issue that you brought up about the melee,
yeah.
I think that's more so because this game, like, they tried to do that while also remaking a game. So the game design itself isn't built around this mechanic.
It's not built
It's
around
a mechanic. Yeah.
It's less to do with
the
remaking.
mechanic they added in afterwards.
There are
which
problems
kind-
with remaking Metroid 2,
Yeah.
but I think it's more to do with the actual the genre of Metroidvania and like
Yeah,
Metroid's like how it plays. That they didn't really think about the repercussions when implementing
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Because like
Yeah.
you don't have as much fluent movement unless you
Mm.
just pass stuff,
Mm.
which a lot of the time you can't do.
Yeah.
There are other problems in that game, how the bosses are a bit samey because again you're just fighting Metroids.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
good fights, but it's like you don't have that
Mm.
variety that the other games have.
Yeah.
So,
But if they had like a clean board, like a clean slate when they were designing this game, so
Yeah.
it wasn't a remake or anything, they could be like, okay, how does this melee impact the gameplay?
yeah,
How can
if
we
they
work
made it so
around
you didn't
this
have
and
to stop,
adapt it towards
that could work
Mm.
very
That'd
well.
work,
It could
yeah.
even
Yeah.
it could even enhance it. Like say for example
Yeah,
you're running
exactly.
or bouncing, and an enemy hits you, you stop and like you'll like flinch, right? But maybe you can do
Yeah.
it so like you can hit them while you're moving and they'll bounce away. You may not kill them,
Yeah.
but you can keep moving. That'd
Mhm.
be a good
Yeah.
innovation, and you're thinking
So then
about
that
the
keeps
game
the
as a
momentum
whole.
going. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah. Exactly.
Guys,
Yeah.
it's been a good talk. It's been
Been a
good.
very good
I'm
debate.
just glad I can talk about Metroid, man.
Yeah.
I don't get
We gotta have
Sorry,
it more.
what's
We gotta
Metroid
just
again?
do a podcast, just Rob talking about Metroid. With us here to like respond, but Rob can just sell more people on
Like,
Metroid.
oh wow, God, yeah,
Wow.
it's such a good series. I can't wait for Prime 4. I think it can be the same caliber as Odyssey and Breath of the Wild because of how good the series
Fingers
is.
crossed.
I think
But with-
it's got
I
it's
think-
got the opportunity.
I think they know.
Yeah.
I think for Metroid, I think for this one they know that this can be a big deal if they put the time and the development in it, and I think they're putting the development and the time into it because I don't
I
want it to
so.
come out this year. I want it to come out 2020.
Oh.
Save it for 2020.
If it came out 2018, this year,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry, yeah, like this.
I want
Comes
it to
out the
come
day after
2030,
Smash.
Yes, yeah.
boys.
2030, 2050, boys. No,
Mhm.
please, no, I don't want
Oh,
another
well.
10-year break.
Hell yeah.
Ah, yeah, I'm excited. That's to say the least.
Yeah.
But yeah,
for sure.
guys, good podcast.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Really good time.
Do we? How are
Do
we
we-
doing for time?
Dude,
Oh,
how
wow.
we doing for time?
We should. We've been going for like a decent amount of time. We should probably, you know,
Probably
wrap it up,
reel it on in, boy.
wrap
reel
it up,
on in.
package it up,
Yeah.
take it to go.
Just
Guys,
put-
we
put a nice
rambled.
bow on it.
We rambled on for too long. We'll make
But
sure
that's
to.
okay.
Yeah, it
That's
was for a
okay.
good reason. It was for a good reason. But no, like I'm happy this spun off into just a great debate. It was a really good debate. Great points all
Yeah, no, it was
around.
great.
Really good time. It was a really good time.
That was a really good debate. Yeah,
Yeah.
loved it.
This would be one that you could totally just listen to. Like I know all of them you can just listen to, but this one could definitely like perfect for
Hint,
just
hint,
listening.
nudge, guys.
Hint,
Yeah,
hint.
something's coming.
Hey,
Ah.
please. Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to be here. It was fun as always. As you guys know, me and Rob might be streaming tomorrow.
Will
all
we?
right?
I hope Can we please? That'll be a very good time.
Yes, we should be. We should be. Me and Rob should be streaming tomorrow. I know me and Snoop will be streaming on Tuesday, which will probably be our last
Tuesday,
ever
yep.
Smash 4 stream on the
Oh,
One Up
shit,
channel, maybe.
Oh my
Yes.
god, it will.
Yeah.
Oh, my heart.
Just keep playing it.
crazy.
When the ultimate's out.
No.
Actually, I'm not gonna be too sad because I can just put my my Wii U away and I
You can finally
Not
put it
have to
away
worry
and
about
just not have to
setting that up.
touch it
Yeah.
again. Maybe sell it 20 years from now when it's worth $1 million. But
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Wow.
I wish.
and then keep in mind Snoop and Rob will be streaming on Saturday, so that'll be a good
I have
time.
to adjust the time because I'm in Auckland for the launch tournament for Ultimate. When
Mhm.
there's like
Oh,
four
yeah,
people
yeah.
going
Yeah,
to it.
yeah. We'll keep you
But,
guys
that's
posted
fine.
on Saturday. We'll keep you guys posted on Saturday. Should be happening. Might be at a different time, but we'll keep you guys posted. And yeah,
Keep your eyes on the Twitters.
That's
or
right. Yeah, that's
The
right.
Discords or anywhere
all of that
else.
stuff. Follow PewDiePie so that way he beats T-Series. All right, guys. Well, I can see the look on Rob's face. We're gonna have a talk about
Oh.
this one after. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Bye. Bye.
Bye bye.